Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and the first episode of Battlefront, What the Fans Want. In this series I will be covering all kinds of features that you guys, the community, want to see in the upcoming Battlefront game, whether it be old maps, old features such as weapons and vehicles, or completely new features that you want in a game. Basically, I'll cover exactly how we want the game to look. And remember that Battlefront news is always the main priority on this channel, and I will only produce episodes to this series when there is no news coming out, which is the case right now. And I will be taking suggestions from all over the community, comments on my videos, my Facebook page, Reddit, forum posts and so on. So make sure to let me know what you want to see in the upcoming game. Finally, I just wanted to say that I'll only be covering a few things in each episode to make sure that I can produce short and interesting videos on a regular basis, so they won't be longer than about 5 minutes each. Okay guys, let's get started. The first feature I want to talk about is something that a lot of people, including myself, are requesting for the upcoming game, which is the ability to switch from third person to first person and so on. I already confirmed in one of my older videos that there will be a third person component since a DICE representative said so. I think this is a really important part of the old games and should also be in the new game. The ability to switch in between these two modes with a single click makes it a lot easier to maneuver your character and potential vehicles. And also makes the game more overall customizable, of course, because people have different tastes and some people only want to play with one specific view. I personally switch in between them, but I prefer the first person mode for infantry and third person view for all vehicles and turrets. The way I see it, there really isn't any negative side of adding this feature. It won't be complicated for DICE to implement, and I think that most people will appreciate it, so I would be surprised if DICE decided to leave it out. The next feature that a lot of people want to see in the upcoming game is the ability to knife or melee hit someone. I'm not entirely sure how this should be implemented, but you really need some kind of feature that allows you to hit the enemy at any time, because when you end up behind someone, or if you are both just standing in front of each other reloading your guns, you should still be able to kill your enemy somehow. And it doesn't have to be a one-hit kill, but maybe something that does 50% damage and knocks the enemy back, or something similar to that. Most modern games do have this feature, so I'm pretty sure that they will in fact implement it in the new game. The question is just how they should implement it to make sure that everyone is happy and it isn't too overpowered. You can see a few examples on the screen of how melee is implemented in different games, and I don't want it to be like in Call of Duty where you can just slash the enemy to instant death, which is highly unrealistic, but they should implement something more balanced than that. The next thing I want to talk about is actually a vehicle that some of you guys told me that you really wanted to see in the upcoming game, which is the IFTX/the IFTT tank. They are both pretty much similar. One is from the Clone Wars and one is from the Galactic Civil War. And I have to agree that this is a vehicle I really loved using as well. It was so smooth to drive, and you can really be efficient when taking down bigger vehicles by firing all your lasers and missiles, then switch to the top seat, fire that laser, then switch back, and so on. And I would love to see how they would be able to implement vehicles like this in the upcoming game. They could make the Top Gun really powerful, but then the negative side of it is that you're totally exposed for snipers and blaster rifles, since you don't have any physical protection like the main driver has. This also brings me to the last topic of the first episode, which is connected to the IFTX tank, which is the Ren Var Harbor map from Battlefront 1, which is the same map that I just showed you the vehicle on. For me, this is a perfect map as it has both the element of open vehicle warfare as well as the bottleneck close combat inside the tunnels that link together the map. They might have to develop this map further, of course, to make it more suitable for a massive modern FPS game, but when it comes to the basic layout and feeling of this map and the diversity it gives, I have to say that I really love it and hope that they will keep it in the upcoming game. One small detail which I like is that in the Clone Wars, the clones get 1 ATTE, and in the Galactic Civil War, the Empire gets 1 AT-AT. This adds a whole new assault perspective to the map, just as on the Hoth map, and I hope that they will keep that feeling. Not only on Hoth, but implement it on other maps as well, because I really love the feeling of being able to either assault or defend a city or a map or whatever you call it. That was all the features I wanted to talk about today. Remember that I still have a lot more features, vehicles, maps and so on to cover, because frankly, almost all maps and vehicles deserve a spot in the upcoming game, so don't worry if your favorite didn't make it to this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. Please let me know if you like the format of the series or if you want me to change anything, and don't forget to leave more suggestions of what you want to see in the upcoming game. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page. And until the next time, guys, may the Force be with you.